Who let the frogs out? Who? The comp I'm playing has 11 synergies at the end of the game. So Stand United will give every unit on my team 44 AD and AP. That's a lot. I also am running several carries, so I'm going to spread my items apart. And because of that, I'm also running Scrap, which will give me, you know, a 20 HP shield per component, including completed items. So binary airdrop, I just get a lot of free items. Even if they're not good, if you have 5 extra items compared to your opponent, you're probably winning. Alright, welcome back, guys. So, wow, this is actually perfect timing. So I had, a couple games later, I had a good example of a game where it would, where I did have an ideal early game. I'll show you my augments in a second and my board state, but Ardent Sensor is amazing with this comp because you're running, you know, 3 enchanters. If I didn't have Ardent Sensor, I would honestly probably take Bulwark and just try to tech in Braum or Leona. Oh wait, that's Protector. I would maybe just take Makeshift Armor. Actually, no. If this wasn't offered, no matter what this one was, I would take that one because the other two are trash. So, anyways, we got Stand United was our first trait. We were able to snowball with an early Mutant board. I hit Kassadin 2 and then Kog'Maw 2 and just have a Malzahar to kind of finish it out. Haven't lost yet. Again, I just made some decent items. I made Spark Redemption and then Giant Slayer, and I'm using Binary Airdrop to complete some extra items. In fact, I should be putting this Chain Vest on Malzahar so he gets 2 items and gets a third one from Binary Airdrop. So these are my augments. Like I say in my guide, around stage 4 when people start to spike, you will start to teeter out. If you're in a spot like I'm in, you can push 9. You definitely are able to. Trust me. Otherwise, you might have to slow roll a little bit, try to stabilize. Oftentimes when you're pushing 9, your natural shops will have units that you want, like Orianna here or Leona Pair, stuff like that. We did hit Taric already and Vi. These are in the comp, of course. But I'll get to show you what it looks like when you finish your transition. Don't forget when you do have the opener you're looking for and you're able to kind of just slam some random trash that's going to be decent. Don't forget, once you hit that late game, to feed your upgraded units to Tom Kench if you're in a spot where you're able to do so. You won't always be able to. You might need the gold to roll. So just keep that in mind. And remember, we don't have to make Zephyr here because we're going to be running Scrap once we hit Janna and Jinx, so we can complete this item that way. We have a Reforger, and most importantly, we're going to be getting more components from Tom Kench regardless. So right now, I'm just trying to spread out my items, get as much utility and value I can from the binary airdrop, which again, if you have 2 items, you temporarily gain a 3rd item. And again, if the items are bad, it doesn't really matter because quantity over quality. Eventually, you'll hit a breaking point where you have so many items that people can't really contest you. Or at least that's the goal. So we've lost 2 in a row. We've lost a bit of HP, but we can sack probably 3 more rounds, potentially all 5 if we win one randomly. Also, if we natural, you know, like a Jace or a Jinx or a Tom Kench, that'll help us out. Like I said, people will be spiking with stuff like 2-star Fiora or Yone or Jhin, Lux, etc. Shouldn't matter too much. We'll make the Malzahar. Why not? Go ahead and level. But yeah, like I said, I ran the Mutant mid-game because the Mutant was Elderwood, which gives you a lot of armor, MR, and AP. And just with like Sniper and a Kog'Maw 2, I was able to honestly just win like virtually every round. I've only lost 5-1 and 4-7 were the only losses we've taken. So we've been able to, you know, kind of snowball. But yeah, picking up the units you want. Obviously, I had already gotten Vi and Taric in stage 3. And now we're looking at, like, we have an Ori pair. Everyone else will be getting transitioned out. Yeah, I mean, I was just running like Enforcer for the annoying Zephyr, and then, you know, Sniper Mutant with like whatever frontline. Not even that great of a board. You guys can toss together stuff like this and cruise through the mid game, no problem, I'm sure of it. But we're hoping to get the capped out board and show you what it looks like in action. We also got the binary airdrop augment, which is really great here because if we can get a Tom Kench and get a few extra items, we can snowball and just keep putting 2 items on everyone. You know, 3 item Ori, 3 item Jin, 3 item Janna, 3 item, like, it's so good once you can add everything up. Here, GA is probably best. Titans, GA, Shroud, or Frozen Heart. Again, you can itemize Taric, Vi, some of the frontline units that are kind of like, you know, synergy bots are useless, like Frozen Heart Taric, or Redemption, or Sunfire Cape. All of those go a long way. You still get a lot of value out of that unit. Another good augment to take is the Junkyard augment if you're playing a scrap mid-game, which is every 3 turns you have scrap active, you get a random component. Kind of just adds to the same strategy where it's like, you know, you're looking for quantity over quality. Your items may not be amazing, like I have a Runin's Malzahar, but at some point you just have so many items, it's too many stats for the opponents to overcome. And like I said, since we had a solid early game, we were able to just go straight to 9. We lost, you know, about half of our health, but we're still in a really good spot. Econ, healthy and wealthy. We have this creep round coming up to transition our board more completely. Obviously, we lost pretty badly here. But at this point, people who have been playing reroll builds or whatever and will be getting knocked out. Like I said, one of my favorite things to do is just feed your transition units to Tom Kench. If you have 2 Toms, you can feed both of them, which is great. We'll go ahead and put this here. Archangel can go on that. And then we can roll a little bit, trying to hit some of the key units we need. Don't want to roll like too much. There's Jason, Janna, perfect. And now we sell these and we're back up to 30. Perfect. So now I can feed the Kog'Maw. And there's Yuumi. Perfect. So we had Ori 2, we got Janna. Can feed the Kog'Maw here. Feed a Leona to this. We're going to put Yuumi in. Jason. Get our items back. This can go on Ori, and these 2 can go on him. Doesn't really matter. Everybody's got 2 items. That there. It's too slow. So this is the comp. I mean, Jinx is going to replace this second Tom Kench, which will give us Scrap, as well as Enforcer and Sister. Oh, sorry. Enforcer we already have from Jace. So it'll give us Sister and Scrap, 2 more synergies, more stats from Stand United. As you can see, we're already dumpstering this board. Fortunately, it looks like all we got was gold from Tom Kench, not another component to add to our already monstrous amount of components. One trick you can do here, if you have the gold, you can feed both Tom Kenches, like this, getting a bunch of ability power before upgrading it. And now he has even more ability power, and then we go ahead and play Jinx here. Jinx has no items, so I'm actually not going to itemize her. Or rather, buff her with Yuumi. I'm going to buff Jace instead. And we're going to give Orianna the Hex because she is doing the most damage somehow. Like I said, it's a team carry comp. You don't really know who's going to do the most damage. But we are, you know, quantity over quality. And there you go. We have a huge shockwave somehow. Just obliterates. We got an extra item from the Kench. Oh, 2 extra. Perfect. Can give Jinx some items. If you are getting to the point where Tom Kench has enough AP to get kills, which we are there, 4,000 damage is plenty, you can either slow down on feeding him or try to, you know, roll a little before feeding him, maybe give him some armor, because we're going to be facing this guy with 2 Jaces. Go ahead and give Jinx Infinity Edge. Don't really care. It's an item. Let's go for it. If we get one more item, we can spawn a second completed item with scrap, and then a third completed item with binary airdrop. It's just a lot of value out of that. Looks like we might end up taking second again. Unfortunately, was hoping to show you guys a first, but like I said, this guy's a viewer and he's playing just the exact same comp I am. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And he high rolled mercenary and got 2 Jace 2s right off of the creeps, or off the cash out rather. So we take the Jace pair. This item is useless, so I will reforge it. This is even more useless. There's a Jinx 2. We can give her... How stupid is this? Let's try it. I don't really care. We'll give her the Yuumi as well. I don't really know where my Jinx was. Oh, there she is. Looks like we did end up winning this round. Oh, and got another item. Nice. Range Jace just sucks. I'll hit him with the PD. PDD's nuts. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do a second redemption, and then we can give this to Janna for now. That way she'll spawn a full item, and then if we get, you know, a full item here, we'll give it to Janna, and then she has... I wasn't looking. He shrouded the Jinx, so she's gonna cast really late, unfortunately. Oh, we got a Zephyr. Pretty useful. Oh, I might be able to win this. My Jinx got a Rage Blade. Never mind. She got frickin' stun locked. I don't think these items are mine. I think both of them are his. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, I wasn't able to hit Jhin or Jace 2 or Yuumi 2. But again, you can see the potential of the comp. Obviously, if you're facing yourself and they have better items, you're just going to lose. But if you're facing, you know, standard stuff and you have this many components, you're probably going to be able to win. I could try to spread apart a little bit. Not get AoE'd down by Jace as much. Morello. This is like beyond useless. I can't even really put it on Janna. It doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm going to put it on Janna just to spawn another item, but it doesn't actually do anything on her. Unfortunately. We're probably going to have to just give up the Socialite Hex due to the Shroud. That's okay. Position something like this. Nice. Looks like we were able to win because Jinx went off and didn't die. Assassin Jinx is lit, I guess. Alright, we got like one last chance. No dice, so I'll just feed this here. Go ahead and do melee J or range Jace. I don't think, well, actually melee Jace did quite a bit. He shrouded mid, so I could maybe greed the socialite hex here. Yeah, he did not end up hitting Jinx, so that is the one advantage we have. I feel like he might move his shroud on Jinx. Oh, he moved it on Ori. Oh, I'm pretty sure my Jinx insta-died, so I'm gonna lose. Maybe not. I honestly don't understand how we ended up winning this, but that that's the potential of the comp, something it can look like. I'm honestly not sure how we won that, but again, quantity over quality. I had, binary airdrop plus, so I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonus items plus an eighth bonus item from scrap. Remember that all these items are contributing to the scrap shield, which is team wide. On top of that, like occasionally the item is useful. All those stats, they really do add up. So hope you'll give it a try. That's what a little bit more of a standard game would look like, where you're not just fighting with poor augments from the beginning to get back into it. Thanks for watching, guys.